Hello. Hi. It is I, Q D Hype. Nah, I'm just kidding. That's my in-game name. But anyways, today we're gonna talk about the Sightline Survey. Yeah, hell of a name. Anyways, this gonna surprise me a bit, and I want to explain why. Briefly, I will be going over why I was confused that it was good, but how I came to this conclusion. So, its stats compared to its peers, worse almost entirely across the board. The only place where it is better is that it has better reload speed and AE over trust. Um, that's it. Everything else is worse, which I don't know. I kind of find funny to be honest. Um, the traits in particular, it might be kind of hard to see these. Gotta do better with this. But anyways, the traits in particular are interesting. I'll find a different way to show these in just a second. But here is the important bit for me. Um, it is a precision-based hand cannon, which for me historically have been a no-go, not using them shits. But this is by Mossy Max from Twitter. He takes DPS numbers from different guns and charts them and whatnot, right? This is specifically being charted from damage to minors. So because it's a hand cannon, we already know it's pretty good against minors. So hand cannons are already good against red bars, right? Well, I prefer to look at the for primary weapons. I prefer to look at this sustained max reload DPS because if you have a good PvE ad clear weapon, you're going to have as much reload speed as possible. Um, So the way DPS calculation works, the blue one makes the most sense to me. So for precision, you can see that it's actually quite high. Um, it is the right in the middle. I guess it's the second highest. You can't count Sunshot. So the second highest as far as hand cannons are concerned. And then even comparing it to its other weapon type peers, is higher than all auto rifles. Is higher than submachine guns, but they're terrible. It doesn't count. It's higher than scout rifles. Um, is only just behind the average pulse rifle, or just behind the best DPS pulse rifle, actually. Second best high impact sort of thing. Anyways, you can see that it's pretty high up there. 478. There's not much just higher than that. That's really good. And then I looked at major DPS where you get an even higher disparity because they're at 467, and the only thing that can even touch it at 467 is specific sidearms. I was like, huh, that damage number sounds really interesting. So then I decided, all right, I'm going to go to D2 Foundry. Oh, my computer's taking 8 years. You can do it, computer. I believe in you. It's always just this website, though. And Pizza Hut's website, which is ridiculous. The Sightline Survey. And these perks, which you can probably see a bit better here. Right? So I was like, okay, well, let's look at the perks then. In the third column, if you're looking for ad clear, then you're probably looking for something that's going to help you with reload, right? You don't have the best of options here, in my opinion, but Keep Away has gives you 30 reload, but it has the caveat of keeping people away from you, which, yes, PvE, that might be a bit annoying. You have enlightened action, which just requires you to hit people, right? And apparently on hand cannons, enlightened action procs 3 stacks per. So what, 3 times, how many times is 3 going to 12? So 4 shots. I just gotta hit something 4 times, and then I have max reload speed. Or you can go air trigger, which works really good. You just jump in the air and it'll help you reload. It'll also give you more, it'll help you aim better while you're in the air. So you have some reload options, which means it could be good for ad clear. That's what this means. And then as far as damage is concerned, you have volt shot, great for ad clear. You have precision instrument, which is interesting. You have desperate measures. So for me, if you're going to be using this in harder content because it is really good against majors, like we talked about before, the yellow bars, I'm going in line action, precision instrument. Why? Neither one of them require you to do anything but hit stuff. They pair very well together, and every time you're doing what you're going to be doing with this gun, bam, it just works. Add a little range, add a little bit more handling so it feels better, add a little bit more range, and bam, you have yourself a solid gun. 30 meters, 31 meters worth of range, almost max handling, um, almost max reload speed. Not much to complain about here, and the ease of use is great. Um, Also, because it is a precision frame, um, the recoil direction doesn't matter. It does slightly shift up top right, but it really doesn't matter. I will show you. As you can see, it even levels out over time. So it does start that way, but it levels out over time. So there's no real negatives to this gun. The only thing that would be negative is if you just don't like the way the gun feels. But as far as damage is concerned, it has competitive damage. It has competitive uh, range. It has ease of use based off the traits. Um, yeah, let me check my, what else? What else did I mention? Damage profile. Yeah, so if you were doing this for like base level content, I think it would make more sense to go like strategist for utility because having that extra reload speed doesn't matter as much, so you can throw reload here instead of trying to get a big reload boost. And then going with desperate measures or volt shot, probably volt shot. Then you could just always have your class ability up, which would be useful. Um, but in game, I'm definitely going precision instrument and light action. Um, and after seeing a couple of videos, shout out cool guy. Air trigger is also a thought here. Because in game, not in, well, yeah, whatever. In game, you really want stuff that doesn't have a kill trigger. Um, because it's going to be harder to get kills, which means your uptime on the extra damage will be much lower if you're requiring kills. This is why explosive payload is so good, especially in game, or that's a reason anyway, because it's always a damage increase. You're constantly getting a damage increase. You're just shooting the gun. You don't have to do anything else. Precision instruments is quite similar in that you don't have to do anything. You just shoot the gun, and when you're dealing damage with the gun, you're getting more stacks. This does require you to land headshots, but you're going to be trying to do that generally anyway, especially with a hand cannon and with all the aim assist the hand cannons have. It's going to happen. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on Sightline Survey. Surprised to me because I hate these guns, but I did start using it afterward and all the buffs, since the buffs, yeah, feels pretty good. I'll see you guys later.